on my table when they walk in. But you can't see anybody and you can't talk over it. So, I thought I'd demonstrate one low thing. Okay, I'm going to go out on the ends here first so we can get done. And then I'll try to start going at an angle on the sides.
Now, is that a special candle holder thing that you bought? That you, okay, I see.
They have some that work better than this. I found these, and I said, oh, well, to demonstrate that, I'll put, they can put a candle in it. You can also put the candle down in the Oasis, but the holder does do a little better. But when you get up to next to the candle, I try to put something with a really strong stem around it so that it kind of holds it in place. I tried to start big so we could cut up what we needed to get to do the other stuff. These are kind of fun to do because you can use anything you have virtually. And the cut out the center of the Oasis, and then come over and use the other part on the other side. You hardly know that you remove the center because you're using so much other stuff. Always cut more stuff than you think you're going to need. Just do this one-sided, but ordinary you would do this both sides. On your mantle, you would only do it on one side. But, of course, at your table, you need everything. Just keep mixing your greens. Yes, thank you. You break my back. Just put it right here. Okay, yeah, I've got some things in here. This is an American boxwood that has gotten as big as a huge shrub. In fact, it was growing in front of the house when we moved in there, and thing grew so fast I couldn't keep it cut, so now it's almost a tree in the back of my house. Of course, I've been in the house almost 50 years.
Tree always.
You don't have to clean that for me.
I'm just gonna move them out of your way so you won't fall.
You just got it close enough so I can use it.
We're not trying to go to the hospital today.
No. I'm clumsy enough as it is now. See, and you can use anything out of your yard that, you know, is great. Evergreens are best at Christmas, and they do last a long time.
Yeah.
This obviously takes up more space because when you're using these narrow evergreens, it takes a lot of little pieces to go these little areas. Huh? No, it is festive. Now, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this with a red candle, but you know you can use a gold candle or rust, whatever color you're using with your
And you might be able to adapt one of those battery operated ones if you really wanted to light it, you know, the luminaires.
Well, you can light this if you're sitting at the table. Just don't leave it.
Be careful.
I love only real candles at my table, but I have the kind on the top.
Yeah.
And I have those everywhere else in my house. My
But there
husband.
is, I know, there's something about a real few.
There is. Somewhere, I also have azalea. Azaleas are great to use in this. You know, they're not blooming now, but the new growth has come out, and so there's a bunch on the end. There is some azalea somewhere here. I thought it was in the small one. But you gotta think texture. To give, you know, your arrangement different texture. If you're not putting flowers in it, then you need to change the texture. Now, some people like to just fill up a container of Acuba, and I like that, but if you put something else in with it, I think it's more interesting.
In the Oasis, is that the longest it's probably gonna last?
If you want it to look good, if you want,
Yeah.
you know, when you put
Yeah.
something on your mantle, or you put something on your door, or you put something on your porch, 3 weeks, yes.
Okay.
But when you're sitting at the table, people can tell it's old.
Yeah.
So,
So would you do that like 4 days in advance?
I'd probably do it the day before, because Andre, you know I don't work ahead.
Could you incorporate some poinsettia that was potted, or like the white diamonds that was in a little pot, and sneak it in there in the pot? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, what we're gonna do is put these in.
Okay, but I mean, have you ever done that? And that's beautiful, I love that. But is there a way you could use, like, if it was in a little pot?
Yeah, but I do it in a basket, and most of the
In a
time.
basket, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but now I will put
like,
magnolia
Uh-huh.
around the base of any of my poinsettias.
okay, there you go.
I don't like the look when they start legging up, so
Mhm.
then I start adding magnolia leaves to the
Yeah,
bottom.
so incorporating something in a pot.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do it, but unfortunately, that has to be a big arrangement. You can't do that on your table.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can do if you've got one of those long, narrow things, then you can put greenery around and put your plants in. You can do that.
Mm.
But see, if it gotten in water, it would be. It's another texture that comes in here, and it's green. I didn't get that in the water. It's left out of the water. But, we'll just keep using boxwood. Boxwood's great, but that English boxwood smells awful. If y'all haven't noticed it, it just smells awful when it's been in water a few days. So go easy on that, unless you want to have it. You're going to have it outside. Okay, I just won't do the back here, but I would do the back just like I did the front on my table. I do my cattails with Aquanet hairspray.
That's what my mother used to
They-
do.
They will last. They
And
will
they don't
last,
go
last,
poof
last.
like that. You know, they
Yeah.
don't put
Yeah,
out the little.
but that hairspray is clear and it's so strong. You know, you have to spray them outside and let them dry real well before you bring them in. But it does work. I can't remember whether this is in the fake euonymus family, but it's like a holly, and it grows as a shrub. And I'll bet they have it here.
Now, does it make berries? No.
It does.
Okay.
My particular one doesn't, but I think it's in the.
Oh, that's
I think they call it like a false euonymus too. And they may have this here. It's not necessarily really easy to grow. It has to find a happy place.
Is there some shade?
Well, and it wants more sun than I have in my yard. That's what I'm telling you. But it will grow in the shade.
Beautiful.
But it loves Christmas arrangements. Perfect.
That just
It's
added,
like
that just
snow,
added to
you know.
it, didn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty.
You get another strawberries in here. I'm just going to go ahead and put I've got bigger bunches of berries than I need here. But one year, this is all I did down the center of my table was greenery and mandina berries. And I loved it. but I had to do it over again. A couple of times, because they just don't hold up that well. But you see how great they are with the greens.
Gorgeous.
It's pretty.
Oh, yes, that has added to it, didn't it?
And think how much fun you can just go out and cut anything. Now here's, I was thinking we do something kind of for Thanksgiving, and you can run that kind of thing in too. But just think, now you can go home and just cut things and play and have a good time.
Yeah, you just need some Oasis.
Yeah. And Oasis is at Hobby Lobby, and it comes in containers of 2 or 4. And you know, because we're used to buying it wholesale, I think it's pricey, but it's not. By the time you pay for it now, it's as cheap as driving down to South Carolina. And it's usually always available there. Oh, this is
Not unless
so-
you go to the Jesus store to look for shoes.
Oh, well, that's right. You don't quite get there yet. My kids in high school came home and told me that. Anyhow, I'm just going to leave that alone. You can see, you just keep adding. Adding and adding.
It's really pretty.
But there's another piece of that red.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna make it.
It almost looks like a little flicker me.
This is Nandina, red leaves.
I do.
I didn't want to hold y'all up too long. And then you'd have to fill in greenery on the other side. You can buy those miniature lights.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I did this one also so that, see, we could come down here and put this one beside it. So if you wanted to do your whole mantle, you do this, and what you do is you can kind of do your middle like this, and then you come on down and fill this one in.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and another one on the other end, and your whole mantle will be done. My goal today was to bring it in from your yard and use it and enjoy it.
Oh, yes. You got us in the spirit.
Well, good, 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 good.